Take on my head, I dey preach like TDJ. Fair, neke, fair. We dey do am neke. Fair, neke, fair. Don't do me neke.
I'm big from baby. This is a song for my beautiful girls in the world. You feel it? You don't need to be so baby. Like y'all screaming, run la 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 yo, run la 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 yo, run la 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 yo.
Physical money and put me to wrap to say. For me, send Jamma in a minute in Sabacandia and then one Taptap Send.
Yeah, Ebushanfo, we didn't an Akuma Pachua one. They recommended Taptap Send that mama. And that's our father, or Sanko for baby. Diabasa, our rating so yeah. Our year A1 into Pian Road to Taptap Send. Now, all says it can find Taptap.
You won't do it, Shrek, a man, son. You won't do it, Gala for say. You walk on to near this coffee here. May and friend for the VR, give me a word. Tap at the move you are. Taptap Send in this street.
The tap with the one.
Taptap and one in a
Piao.
Welcome to the epitome of luxury living, Whitewall Properties. We are a Ghanaian-owned real estate company that develops comfortable apartments and townhouses for residential and investment purposes. At Whitewall Properties, our vision is clear: to be Ghana's preferred real estate developer. We are driven by a passion to deliver consistent quality in our product and customer service. Our commitment to excellence is unwavering, and our team's dedication to providing an outstanding experience sets us apart. For over a decade, Whitewall has been at the forefront of Ghana's real estate industry, creating spaces that are not only comfortable, functional and located in the heart of Accra, but also stylish and luxurious. Each of our prestigious developments reflects our core values of quality, reliability and customer satisfaction. Choosing Whitewall Properties means choosing a partner who understands your needs and exceeds your expectations. We are proud to contribute to Ghana's real estate landscape, offering homes and investment opportunities that are second to none. We invite you to explore our projects and discover the Whitewall difference. Contact us today to learn more about our development and how we can help you find your perfect home. Visit whitewallproperties.com or call us. Whitewall Properties. Discover true comfort.
Memamo Ajo, Emamo Ache, Emamo Aha. Baby Bia will be around the globe. Welcome to your Thursday evening show with yourself and Nana Kwame Oseitu, live on OT Media TV, also on all our social media platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, and other social media platforms. You are all welcome to the show. And I would also like to say a very big thank you to our sponsor, which is Taptap Send. So if you are hearing my voice, watching this show, wherever that you are, and you are not part of the Taptap family, I would like to invite you to come and join the big family. For you to be able to send money home safely, secured, and without any hassle, the only app that you need is Taptap Send. So please go to Play Store, App Store, download Taptap Send, and use it to send money to support your loved ones back home. Taptap Send. Send more, spend less. Mamin ko Taptap Send aso na afei memfa Ora Kofi Frimpong, Growth Manager, UK Europe, Emfa Embro, na any update be no Edimayen and Kofi Frimpong will be bringing it to us. And right after that, Lawyer Wisdom Akaho from Wisema Solicitors will be talking to us all that you need to know about UK immigration, all the changes that are coming up. Lawyer Wisdom Akaho is here to give us all the updates from the immigration front. So stay tuned and let's take a quick update from Taptap Send. And right after that, I'll present to you Lawyer Wisdom Akaho. Ora Kofi Frimpong, Memajo, and then you may more Kwaba, Edo Eba Jumedi so.
Major so another friend ambush in the night.
I know.
Maybe I watch him no ambush in the night. Maybe I'll be a Joe. But the hottest show on Thursday, OT Media, time of Taptap Send. You will be a Joe, you will be a very good evening.
Yo. Kofi, we would like to know, say, Taptap more front, Nansay mo de promo, de by Mama Yanyan and say, you Taptap Send is going to give, is going to select 100 customers and give reward them with 100% reward, whatever money that they've spent, they've sent through Taptap to Ghana. Taptap Send is going to reward 100 customers with 100% cashback or reward. Can you tell us a bit more? I know it's going to end on the 31st of October. So if you can update us on that and any other promo that Taptap Send have in mind for their customers ahead of Christmas.
Okay, thank you very much, Kwame. Once again, I welcome everybody to this platform. So the message is clear. Taptap Send is back. And I like your new video that you showed today. Taptap Send is certainly back. And we being back means that we have to make it loud and clear to all our loyal customers and all prospective customers, people who have not heard about us before, to know that Taptap Send is not just a money transfer company, but it's a company that cares for the Ghanaian diaspora. We went through some challenges last month and beginning of the month, but by God's grace and we being compliant, we came ahead of time. And as a way to give back to our customers, we are selecting 100 people from our loyal customers, regardless of where you are. You will get 100% refund or cashback of any amount you send to your loved ones in Ghana through the Taptap Send app to Ghana. This is very important. And I remember we had a conversation where someone said he has sent more than 10,000 pounds to Turkey. So he wants to get a refund. Yes, we are very happy. It is a big company and we send money to many countries like Turkey. But unfortunately, this promo is coming out of the Ghanaian team budget. It means you have to send to Ghana. So that is the main prerequisite. You have to send to Ghana. And which period are we looking at? We are looking at your transfers that you made from the 1st of October to the end of October. Every single penny that you send through Taptap Send to Ghana, if you are part of the 100 lucky winners, we are going to give you the money back. And Akwame, since this show is a show where we blend many different Ghanaian languages. I will try and at least break it down to people. Send a cut down. And now Nyoma ya firm last month, and then the beginning of the month, you know. Yeah, who said Taptap Send? We don't just have a customer base, we have a family. And as our way to say thank you, and as our way to say we appreciate your loyalty, you know. We are saying we are selecting 100 lucky people. If you are not selected, doesn't mean say you are not lucky, but this is just a generic term I can. But empire ni nyina ne say bonfire na eka 100 no ho. Say with Taptap Send this month of October, where you should send £25,000, dollars, US, euros, regardless of what they are sending, aqua Ghana no country be a one, unless the country has a limit, which has been listed in the terms and conditions. You will get all your money back. That is the 100% that we are talking about. And 2% as them, and 1% as them. Yeah, they are saying nipa 100 will be a binyane there back. And Yampa say 1% at the end. What's any 100 on your £1 pay? Where the 100 now send the whole month near select to 100 and say amount in simple terms. Nana Kwame. Pacho, you're on mute. You can hear me the power.
Very simple as that. Very simple. When you long things be and you feel na £1. Sa Debbie.
That be na binya 10.
That be 100% cashback.
That be na binya 10.
Yo, Kofi, aside that, in the month of November, towards December, should we look forward to any other promo Taptap Send?
Of course. Taptap Send Bronya Chede has come to stay. And no dear, amount for January or full free flight at the court Ghana. Same way, December so event our country. Taptap Send will be sponsoring many events, will be dishing out tickets every time on this show until freebies in the Nanaya line and up from November to see end of the year, and we will not stop it because CCR competition is very tight, and more for a very long time. Obia or say we oldest person on the app, no, I can call 5 years on the app, which means we are a trusted brand. Oko Trust Pilot, Oko Babia, your ratings. Taptap Send has very good ratings, and it's not just Ghanaians. Obia a trusted brand, so we wouldn't want to put it down. And the air can say Taptap Send Brunya Chede has come to stay. You will see it in November. So we will still continue doing the referral promo. No, when you refer people, you get your normal how do you call it? Your normal redemption amount. When you refer people and what you get on the app. But then, if you're able to refer 5 people, we'll give you £100, €100 extra. And promotion nana we ain't gonna stop. America need rough no.
You ain't gonna stop. Yo, a very quick one. I've seen a question in the chat room. Somebody's asking, for clarification's sake, this person wants to know if this show is for Ghanaians only.
Yes. Fortunately or unfortunately, yes, it's for Ghanaians, but you were invited to the show because you have sent money to Ghana before. So then it makes you part of our cohort. We'll be very happy if you join this because it's not just for Ghanaians. If you live in the UK, for instance, today we've invited our astute lawyer who is very knowledgeable in the UK laws, and immigration is a specialty. Any information you can get on here can help you or help a family member or a friend. So don't say never. You can always join us. Every Thursday we are here with insightful topics. Trust OT Media to give you great topics. So it's not, unfortunately, yes, it's for Ghanaians in the diaspora, but then we treat things which matters to everyone who living in the diaspora.
Right, Kofi, a very big thank you for all the updates out there at Brian from Taptap Send. You go so I hear you say mobile Taptap Send because the freebies akoswa my customers, and I said the family members, Taptap Send family members from now on to Christmas. I didn't you ever hear anymore.
And Kwame, the message amanfo abusuafo so work on so ne say ye hu say ye ba ye no obi no mu enya hu say yaba. Please let people know. Let people know that Taptap Send is back. Taptap Send is back. The message is clear and simple. Taptap Send is back. All the time, I know say the Taptap Send family platform and the OT media platform, no, they share all our flyers. Please, if you are not on the platform, you can get on there because that platform no provides vital information. Sometimes you might not wait till Thursday. Sometimes he will just drop the message on the WhatsApp platform on Monday, and it can help you on a Tuesday. So if you don't have it, Nana Kwame will drop the link. They will drop the other link also in the chat. Try and join the family group, and you always get informed. So please, let everyone around you, people in your church, people in your mosque, people in your schools, wherever you are, let them know that Taptap Send is back, and it is still fast. It is still fast and secure, because the problem people were having is them they call fire no day. Nyame nkwa timpacho munko so na mundi Taptap Send ho dance e enkyere afoforo.
Yo, Kofi, you better say na nyunre e wo de on so their brain feed Taptap. Nyame aduma next week you better sign no ehia na update bi e wo no wasan e de abrain.
Na Mrs. Nancy say we advert mind. But Nancy be free show no so no na kwa me be ma bibi kama pa.
No, Kofi Frimpong.
Kofi
Frimpong. All right, Kofi, thank you very much for joining us this evening on this show, and hopefully we will catch up with you again sometime next week. God bless you.
Bless you too, thank you.
Ora Kofi Frimpong and I would say Ninka from Taptap Send. And now I know say Kofi Frimpong wakodi baby and intino osha not just otine kamu, and I still will make it time to join us on the show. I will take a quick ad break, and when I come back, I'll introduce to you Lawyer Wisdom Akaho from Wise Smart Solicitors. Mr. Enko baby yebasisia.
Me did young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come for Ghana. No, me used to Taptap Send. Taptap Send. No fee mobile money transfer. Easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover my pimp. Taptap Send. Internet. Also download the Taptap Send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first come for Ghana for na. Taptap Send. Papa no.
After successfully redefining Accra's skyline with the delivery of the signature apartment, Cape May Properties presents an exclusive unveiling of the tallest residential building in Ghana, offering a first look of Sultan Sky. Sultan Sky, a magnificent representation of the seamless fusion of quality, groundbreaking innovation, and pioneering architectural brilliance. An extraordinary structure set to reshape the concept of upscale living, thanks to its inventive attributes and unparalleled commitment to precision. This master-planned residential development will focus on the building's location, security, privacy, the design's aesthetic brilliance, elevated features in each living space, cutting-edge smart home technology, and amenities beyond imagination, with fantastic residential features which include 24-hour concierge service, a state-of-the-art fitness center, a floating tennis court, a floating swimming pool, a spa, a sky pool, a sky lounge, a movie theater, co-working spaces, kids zone, distinctive lifts for staff and deliveries, private gardens, chef's kitchen, expansive terraces, entertainment rooms, restaurant, and 24-hour security. Sultan Sky, a new perspective in the sky.
Right. This is the time we've all been waiting for to hear from lawyer Wisdom Akaho about all the changes are ever when it comes to UK immigration rules. Lawyer Wisdom Akaho is not new on this platform. He's been joining us last week. He was here with us. And today too, we are going to talk a bit more about the new changes that are coming, and also say we will also be talking about something else regarding UK immigration. Lawyer Wisdom Akaho, a very good evening and welcome to the show.
Good evening, Nana. How are you?
By His grace, I'm doing very well. And yourself?
I am great by His grace.
We thank God. We thank God. Before say minute lawyer best start and come to train, Mr. Do me this favor. Just send this Zoom link to a friend, a family member, or your church platform groups are na obi and so join here, because me just say Jumadi and then you may ensure ede ama obi pa and it's bomodia na join me and then you may. Lawyer, yankwe. Na yenhwe nia ekoso when it comes to UK immigration. But before that, maybe today might be the first time I will be anyway share our platform. So just please a brief introduction about Lawyer Wisdom Akaho Nafi Yemkonko so.
Yo, me da se etiefo ni ahwefo na ye mamu ajo me gidi se ye na ye ho ye. Ye from Wisdom Akaho with Wise Smart Solicitors. We're Dalston Junction, London, behind the McDonald's, close to the Dalston Market. We've been here for some time now, and we try to help our people as much as we can with the law. And of course, we update our people every week as often as we can, depending on the changes that come into effect. So that is me, Wisdom Amedome Akaho, Wise Smart Solicitors.
Wisdom.
Thank you.
Amedome Akaho. This name, I think, politically, Mate Amedome no ewo baby. Do you have any link to this name? Why yet say some years back within our political scene?
No, I mean that was his surname, but that is my middle name. I know MC was a military man. Is he General Amedome or Corporal something? I don't know. But there's no connection at all.
Oh, okay. And right. Recently, we've had few changes are ever. In Manta Yewumi Yate, some paper beer at PMO or House of Commons, any idea. Yes, no dear. Yeah, and I'm in time fine Juma. So on this platform, no, anytime when you hear things like that, we try to contact those omo ewo nimdie when it comes to UK immigration. That is why frail when na pese yehun say what are some of the proposals within the UK immigration rules nimu na de hin and our face say e was set ye shenin so na ye de adwuma.
Me da se bio nana me da se ensesa eba ekrom ha de bia bibisisa ye can someone written constitution anti some da na mo sorry na se bibi bomu a ombesesa ne sese and it just keeps changing. Now saying na me say the changes be with regards to English language requirements, with regards to let's say with regards to Botswana for previously without visa, the just visa, that is from people from Botswana. And then they talked about changes to the graduate route, almost changing from 24 months to 18 months to Right. So almost changing from 24 months to 18 months. In the graduate route from 2 years to 1.5 years. So that is also one change that is coming. And also there's one major one which I want to talk about today, and that is to do with the replacement of grounds for refusal with part suitability. Now, if you go to the immigration rules, there is a part we call Part 9. Part 9 talks about all the reasons that the Home Office can base on to refuse an application. Now, there was a separate Part 9 for certain types of applications, and then there was other reasons or suitability for other applications. That is another Appendix FM in the UK and other ones. Now they are putting the two together, and it is all going to be called part suitability. The changes are going to be serious, and I want to look at it this evening. But before I go to that, let me just talk about some things that is happening that is concerning us. And I want us all to put our house in order. Number one, those of us who are in the UK with the skilled worker visa or the health and care worker visa, if you are here and you came with your partner or you came alone, you've been given maybe 2 years or 3 years or 5 years leave to be in the UK. Now you want to go and bring your child or your wife's child or a stepchild, etc., etc. What is happening now is that if you make the application and you miss the application with a document which is not genuine, example, a birth certificate which is not genuine, the Home Office will refuse the child's application. After refusing the child's application, they will write to you to give reason why they should not cancel your visa. You already have a visa, maybe 5 years, but you made an application for a child and the birth certificate that was used is not genuine, or the Home Office say that it is not genuine because they've done their checks. They've gone to the births and deaths registry in Accra, Nigeria, Lagos, somewhere, and they found that the birth certificate is not genuine. They will refuse the child's application. After they refuse the child's application, they will write to you, the parent, to give reason why they should not refuse your, or they should not cancel your visa, because you have not been truthful. You've been deceptive in using documents that did not, that are not correct. So what shows that the documents you use in your application is genuine? So we should be very, very, very careful, because the child's application will be refused and your application will also be refused. If, or your, not application, but your leave, your visa will be cancelled because you used a false document in the child's application. I would entreat all of us to be very careful. If you know that the document is not genuine, please don't use it. Don't use the document. If you know that it is not genuine, don't use the document. Don't use the false birth certificate. If the child is not your child, don't even attempt to apply to bring the child, because the Home Office will find out. They will find out, and your stay, your visa, your leave can be cancelled because you tried to use a false document to apply for a child to come to the UK. We should all be very, very careful. Let's do the right things. Already you are here. The child is in Ghana, the child is in Nigeria. That is fine. You take your time. Get the documents right. Use the right documents. If they give the child the leave to enter, the child will enter. If they don't give the child the leave to enter, there may be another opportunity for the child in future. But if you use a false document and your leave is cancelled and you are asked to go back home, you've lost. The child has lost. You get nothing. So please, let's take note of that. It's a serious thing that is going on, and the Home Office is not joking. The Home Office is serious. Now, another thing is, I will talk about the suitability. They are talking about people who have used false documents in making their applications. If they find out that you use some false documents in making applications, they would go back and cancel the leave that they gave you. I'll come to that. So let's take note of that. The second thing I want us to be conscious of is this. Sometimes, if you apply for your child and the child's birth certificate is not registered at the time the child was born, maybe the child was born in 2000, but you registered the child in 2002. That is 2 years gap before the registration. The Home Office wants you to prove with an additional document why the child was not registered at the time of birth, contemporaneous to the time of birth. You have to give a reason. If you think that you can't have a good reason, please do a DNA to confirm that the child is your child. As long as the DNA, which is acceptable by the Home Office, is done to confirm that you are the father or the mother of the child, at least that takes away the doubt surrounding the relationship with the child. So, if the birth certificate was not obtained 12 months of when the child was born, please provide additional documents. And if you can, provide a DNA to prove that the child is your child. Don't use documents which are fake or false, because it can come back to bite you. And the Home Office is serious about it. Birth certificates. So please, let's take note of that. Another thing I mentioned before I go on my topic is, if you are here with a health and care visa or skilled worker visa, and you want to bring your child from outside, usually you have to prove something we call sole responsibility unless the other parent is dead. If you are here, the child is in Ghana, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, South Africa, or somewhere, and you want to bring the child, if the child's other parent is dead, you need to provide the death certificate. In that case, you don't need to show sole responsibility, because common sense will tell everybody that if one parent is dead, it is only the living parent that is responsible for the child. But if the child's other parent is not dead, they are alive, you have to prove something we call sole responsibility. Sole responsibility means you are the only person who makes the major decisions surrounding the child's life. Feeding, clothing, medical needs, education, religious life, social life. You have to show that you make all these decisions. Now, if you get a letter from the child's other parent, consent that I have agreed that you should travel with the child, then that tells me that you don't have sole responsibility. Because if you really had sole responsibility, you would not go asking permission from the child's father before you can travel with the child. And a lot of times, people are pushed. The Home Office says, produce a letter from the child's other parent to show that he is giving you permission. And then they go and produce that letter, and then the Home Office will say, thank you very much. You produce a letter which shows that the father or the mother has given consent. And therefore, it means that you don't have total control. That is why you are asking permission from the other parent before you travel with the child. So it's a red herring. They set the trap for you. They ask for the document, you provide it, and then they base on it to refuse your application. So if the child's father is not involved, the child's father is not involved. Maintain that position that he's not involved. If the child's mother is not involved, maintain that position that he's not involved. Don't be pushed. Don't be pushed. Don't be pushed to produce a document which will later be used to refuse your application. If he is not involved, he is not involved. If she is not involved, she is not involved. Don't be forced to produce a document that they would use again to refuse your application. So let's take note of that. Another thing is this. If you are bringing a child to this country, the border force, they have every right to ask the child some questions. They can ask the child some questions, and it's also part of the changes that they are bringing in. They can ask the child, they can pull the child to the side and ask the child, who is this person to you? You can say, it's my mom. Who is this man? My dad. Fine. They can ask the child, do they treat you well? Or they've been beating you, or they've been molesting you? If the child says that that child is being treated badly, or there's a risk of the child not being safe, trouble for you. The child may not be released to you. It is part of the changes the Home Office is bringing. Why? Because some people have brought some children into the country and have maltreated the children. The government doesn't want that. They want to protect the children. And therefore, what they are saying is that if you are bringing a child and they have suspicion that the child is going to be molested or maltreated, you may not have your child with you. So let's all be aware of what is going on. Let's all be aware of what is going on so that we do the right things. Let's all do the right things so we don't get ourselves into all kinds of problems. They can ask the child questions. It's not an interview, but they want to establish that, as a matter of fact, you are the parent of the child. It's not your brother's child, your sister's child, your uncle's child. That is your child. You want to bring the child to the UK. And therefore, your brother's child that is not your child, somehow, birth certificate, the PSA or your UBA. No. What if they call for DNA? How would that prove that the child is your child if it's not? Please, let's take note of these changes that are here. Now, let me go to part suitability. I've already explained that it is coming to replace the part 9, which details the grounds or reasons for refusal. The Home Office can refuse your application. The entry clearance can refuse your application on so many grounds. So many grounds. Now they are putting all together. From the 11th of next month, 11/11/25, from the 11th of November 2025, these laws will take effect. Part suitability will take effect. Therefore, let me quickly go through what it means. Then we can take it from there. Now, part suitability means that, like I said, they are bringing in the reasons for refusal from the entry clearance and the Appendix FM and other ones together here in the UK. It also means that it can cover a wide range of areas. One, it can cover criminal convictions. It will cover use of false documents, past immigration breaches, and risk to the public or children. So I will take it one by one. It covers family life. So if you are making application as a father, as a mother, based on your child, this change in the rules covers that. It covers work and business routes, skilled worker, innovator, founder, global business mobility, seasonal workers. It covers that as well. It also covers study and graduate routes as well. And it covers visitors and short-term routes as well, settlement and long residence application. Indefinite leave and long residence applications are also covered by the new changes that are coming. So it covers a wide range of areas, but it does not touch EU nationals and their family members. People who are under the EU law are not affected by this change, but people who are under the UK rules are affected by these changes. And again, reasons an application can be refused or visa cancelled. The new part suitability rule says various reasons why reasons an application can be refused or visa cancelled. And this includes exclusion, deportation, or travel ban, non-conducive to public goods, exclusion from asylum, criminality, safeguarding and family risks, sham marriages, deception, false representation, and previous immigration breaches, NHS debts, unpaid litigation costs, purpose not covered by immigration rules, medical grounds, and no entry clearance. These are the general summary. Let me take it one by one and let's see where we stand. Now, it says your visa can be refused if you are a subject of deportation order. If the government has made a deportation order on you, no matter the kind of application you make, they will refuse you. We have must and we have may. One is must be refused and one is may be refused. May means they will weigh it and see. That is may. Must is it will be refused. It will be refused. Now it says, or travel ban under section 6, 8b. Now it goes on, the government has personally ordered you must be deported. If it is ordered that you must be deported, your application will be refused. Number 2, if you are banned from the UK, somebody who is banned, maybe you've been in the country and you've done some stuff, you've been removed and you've been banned from ever coming to this country, no matter the kind of applications you make, it will be refused. It will be refused. And people who have made applications in Ghana, you've used false documents, you've used false bank statements, you've used false university certificates, a certificate that you've never done any exam for, you don't even know the campus, and you produce something like that, the Home Office is saying you can be banned. And if you are banned from coming to the UK, no matter what application you make, it will be refused. So let's take note of that. So I've talked about deportation order, and if the government says you must be excluded or never allowed to this country, your application will be refused. And it goes on to say, if you already have a visa or you have any leave, they will cancel it. And that is serious. Number 2, non-conducive to the public good. If a person's presence in the UK is deemed as not conducive to the public good, it means your presence here is toxic. They don't want you here in the UK. It says because of your behavior, because of your character, or because of some associations in which you are deemed as a person who is not conducive to the public good in the UK. Recently, some people were arrested because they went to demonstrate in favor of or in support of some group, is it Palestine Liberation or Palestine something? I don't know if you watch the news. That is a banned group. So if you're a Ghanaian national, you put on your uniform, you go and support that group. You Ghanaian, you go and support that group. You Nigeria, you go and support that group that is banned. You can be deemed to be in association with that group. It can affect you. You can be excluded from this country. So, if you are deemed to be non-conducive, your presence in the UK is not conducive to the public good, you can be banned, you can be removed, your applications will be refused. And even if you have visa already, they can cancel your visa. I said Ghanaian because that is how some of our people from South Africa and Zimbabwe have been calling us Ghanaian. So that is why I say that. Now, person's presence in the UK is non-conducive because of your behavior, your character, associations, posing risk to society. Their visa must be refused, not may, but must be refused. It must. Take note of these two words, must and may. Must is mandatory, it will be refused. May is the way it and see. So let's take note of that. And it says, any visa or permission you already have will be cancelled if the person is considered not to be in the public interest to remain in the UK. Your visa will be cancelled. So let's take note of that. The next one is criminality. Criminality means applications or existing leave must be refused or cancelled if the applicant has been convicted in the UK or abroad and sentenced to prison for 12 months or more. Maybe you did something in Ghana, they took you down to Nsawam. You went to Nsawam for 24 months. Nsawam, I don't mean Nsawam Adwajiri, Nsawam. Nana, you know what I'm talking about, where they have been keeping the bad boys, the school for bad boys. The
Yes.
Nsawam prison. That is somebody will say that's a school for bad people. The school for bad people. That is what a child told my friend of mine. Say my daddy is in a school for bad people. That is, her father is in prison. So he said my father is in a school for bad people. If you went to Nsawam, 12 months, 36 months, more than 12 months, the requirement is every application and any application you make should be refused. So don't even waste time in applying because it will be refused. They will take your money and refuse you. So whether you've been convicted in the UK or outside and it is more than 12 months, it will be refused. If it is under 12 months, it may be refused. 12 months, it must be refused. Less than 12 months, it may be refused. So take note of that. And it says, repeatedly breaking the law ensures no respect for the UK law. You keep breaking the law over and over. You've done the first one, maybe taken to court. You've been pardoned. Another one. It's become your habit. It's like you don't care. You just live anyhow, any day, anytime, do whatever you want. You don't respect the UK law. Selling of drugs, pushing the drugs, the children here and there. The change that is coming is that if you are found culpable of this criminality, your application will be refused and any leave you have must be cancelled. It is serious. So even if you have 2.5 years and even if you have indefinite leave to remain and you fall foul of this, they can still cancel your leave to be here. Nobody is safe. So we need all to be very, very careful. You've committed offenses more than once, committed one or more crimes that cause serious harm. You've committed one or more offenses that cause serious harm, you will have your application refused and you have your leave cancelled. Your leave that you have, the 2.5 years that you have, the indefinite leave that you have can also be cancelled if you are found to be a person who has committed an offense, one or two offenses that is serious. Your leave will be cancelled. Or if you have an application in the Home Office, it will be refused. Like I mentioned, if the sentence is below 12 months, your application may be refused. And if you've been convicted of non-custodial sentence, maybe you've been asked to do community sentence here and there, or receive an out-of-court disposal, your application may be refused. So let's take note of that. Please, let's all take note of the changes that are coming. In fact, the powers are so vast and so much now, they can fall on any of them to refuse your application or to cancel your leave. So the fact that we have indefinite leave to remain doesn't mean anybody is safe. Let's all watch out. The third one is safeguarding and family risks. Under Appendix FM, family visa applications will be refused if there is evidence to suggest that a parent or partner poses safeguarding risk to a child applicant. If they see that the parent or the partner of that parent pose a risk to the child, they will refuse your application. They will refuse your application. If they say that you pose a risk to the child. Example, those of us who leave our children at home, they say, oh, may court market, but you've left a 5-year-old child and a 7-year-old child at home without any supervision. Please, you may be forgiven the first time, but if it continues, you are not safeguarding the children's welfare. You are posing a risk to these kids. If you make an application, your application will be refused. So let's take note of that. Please, 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 let's all be careful. Yes? So it says safeguarding risk to a child. You pose a safeguarding risk, and it is a wide thing. They can interpret it in any way. Your application will be refused. So please, let's take note of that. This is a big one. Use of sham marriages. If the Home Office finds out that you have engaged in a false marriage, sham marriage, fake marriage, in other words, you paid somebody to marry you, so that you can get your papers to remain in this country. That is what we call sham marriage. If the Home Office establishes that, your application that is with the Home Office will be refused. And even if they have given it to you before, they may cancel your leave if they do find out. I have recently received some emails from the Home Office regarding a family that made some applications and they produced some documents from outside the UK. Somewhere in Africa, not Ghana, but somewhere in Africa, and they use that application, they use those documents to make the application. Now, the Home Office has concluded that those documentations that were used were not properly obtained, and therefore they are concluding that the marriage in itself is not genuine because the documents that were used were not genuine, and therefore they want to cancel the visas that belong to the family. We are now trying to respond to this. They brought it to our attention. So it means the people are serious. They are going back. They are going back, digging into things to see, to check if the documents that are used to support these marriages are genuine. And even if the marriage themselves, if the marriage itself is genuine at all. So if you paid somebody to get married to, and the Home Office gets evidence of that, your application will be refused if it is at the Home Office, and your leave can be cancelled. So let's take note of that. It's a big area that the Home Office is going into. So let's all do the right thing. I keep saying, let's do the right thing. The other one is deception or false representation. This is also part of the new rules they are bringing in under Appendix suitability, part suitability. Deception or false representation. Deception or false representation. The Home Office is saying if you use false documents, you omitted relevant facts, or you engaged in deception, directly or indirectly, whether your connection man put some documents in the thing and you didn't know, you cannot come and say, I didn't know. If it had worked, you wouldn't come and say, I'm not going abroad because I didn't know the man used that document. So as long as you have benefited from it, you cannot come back and say you didn't know. So whether you know it or not, whether directly, indirectly, or through a third party, if you use false document, you omitted important information. Maybe you were once married, but you didn't add it to the application. They asked you, have you been married before? You said no. The Home Office have gone back to find out you were actually married. It means you have withheld important information. They can go back and cancel your leave because you withheld. You didn't disclose the information that you should have. If they do find out, eventually your leave will be cancelled. So wide powers to the Home Office now. So let's take note of that. It says deception can trigger mandatory and discretionary. Sometimes they can weigh it. Yes, you've used deception, but is it so serious that we should cancel your leave? Yes. Or is it so serious or quite insignificant we should cancel your leave? No. So they can still consider it where there's deception in it, depending on how severe, depending on the severity of the intent of what the deception involved. So in addition, any permission that has been automatically extended while an application is being decided, can be cancelled for the same reason. Let me go over it again. Use of documents, false documents, use and omitting relevant information and facts, it can cause a refusal in your application. Withholding information, like I said, you have criminal conviction, you didn't disclose it. You've been married before, you didn't disclose it, etc., etc. You didn't disclose it, you held it back. You've been banned. You took another name, changed your name, etc., etc. You didn't disclose it. You used a date of birth before, you didn't disclose it. You've used some name before, you didn't disclose it. If the Home Office finds out all of this, if they do find out all of this, it may affect your leave, and it may lead to a recancellation of your leave. So let's take note of that. One big one again is previous immigration breaches. Now, if you don't know, I am saying it here that overstaying in the UK is a criminal offense. If you overstay your visa, in itself is a criminal offense. The fact that you haven't been taken to court and convicted doesn't mean that you haven't committed a criminal offense. So once you come to the UK and your visa expires, you have already committed a criminal offense. Only that the Home Office usually does not take it up and prosecute people, but it is a criminal offense. Now, this is what they are saying. Under the new rules, your visa or your entry application can be refused if you have broken UK immigration rules in the past. If you have broken UK immigration rules in the past, this includes, now what is breaking UK immigration rules? Overstaying. If you overstayed your visa, that is a breach of the immigration rules. You were coming as a visitor. You came as a visitor. You said you were coming to visit and go back. You came, you did not go back, so you have breached the rules. That is one. Number two, you worked when you were not supposed to work. So that is breach number two. First of all, you've overstayed. Secondly, you worked when you were not supposed to. So that is also an example of breaching the immigration rules. So overstaying, you work when you were not supposed to work, and you entered illegally, illegal entry. Those who came through the small boats, those who are coming with the small boats. As long as you are 18 years and above, the law would apply to you. And this is part of the rules that is coming. SU1 onwards, suitability, SU1, SU2, SU3, that is the rules that is coming into effect now from the 11th of November 2025. If you entered illegally, it means you have breached the immigration rules. Those who came through Holland and then you came with a van or a coach, one way or the other, without entry, you have breached the immigration rules. It is now becoming a law to address such issues. Using deception in previous applications. Your name is Kojo. Your name is Kojo, but you say you have never used another name before. And then somewhere, somehow, the Home Office finds out that you were the same person who came with the name Kojo, and now you say you are called Henry. Right. Therefore, if they do find out with all the evidence and they can link you to the same person, it means you used deception in your previous application. The Home Office intends to refuse your application if you have an application pending, or they will cancel the one they already gave you. So let's be very, very careful. So disclosure. Be as honest as possible. Be as honest as possible. If you came using the passport bearing the name of Joseph Antobam, and when you came, you changed the name into Andrew Yanka. If you are making your application in Andrew Yanka and they ask you, have you used another name before? Say, yes, I came in the name of Joseph Antobam. It means you have disclosed it. They cannot use it against you because you have already told them that I was the same person who came with that name. But since I came, I have changed my name and I'll be using this name. That is disclosure. But if they do find out later that you came in one name and you're using another name and you didn't disclose it, that is deception. If later down the years, they find out that you use deception, that can lead to your application being refused or your leave being cancelled. Now, this is serious. The Home Office is saying overstaying might be disregarded or ignored. If you overstayed your visa and you decide to leave yourself 30 days, within 30 days you've gone back to your country, they will not use that overstaying against you. In the old regime, it's 90 days. Now it's 30 days. But if you stay more than the 30 days, it means you have really, really overstayed. And that can be taken into account in future applications. Now, let me say it again. The Home Office may refuse your application if you have, for example, failed to cooperate with removal or enforcement. The Home Office, they have arrested you, detained you, released you to be reporting every week or every month or every other month, and you absconded. You ran away. You are afraid to go, so you ran away. The Home Office says, because you have not been honest with them, they gave you the chance to report and you ran away, you have absconded. And because of you being a person who has absconded, your leave will be refused. If you make an application, your visa will be refused. So if they give you the immigration bill to be reporting, they expect you to be reporting every week, every month, every other month, or sometimes you do it over your phone, which is good. If they send you a link, just answer that, yes, I'm still in the UK. That is good for you. Again, the next one is your application may be refused if you have used multiple identities. Multiple identities. Those of us who come and use Joseph, Andrew, James, Peter, and all the other names, different names, you've used multiple identities to work in different sectors. The Home Office is saying if you have used multiple identities, your application may be refused. However, getting to this point, I want to emphasize that it's going to lead to a lot of court cases, because there is another law which also talks about 20 years long residence. And there's a case law, the case of Mahmoud, which says if a person has used another document in working, they should be allowed to prove that they have been here. And the case of ZH Bangladesh also shows that. So the same rules, one rule is saying if you use multiple identity, it should be refused. The case law is saying if the person has used even different identities, it should be allowed. Therefore, if the Home Office refuses your application, take it to court. Challenge them, take it to court. The judge is the arbiter. He will look at it from both sides and say, look, yes, I see that your laws are there, but the rules also say, or the case laws also say this and that and that and that. Now, you've given 20 years. Can you imagine that somebody will be in this country for 20 years without papers and they won't work or they won't eat? By all means, they'll use somebody's documents to survive. And therefore, if they refuse you, take it to court. The judge will then make a decision based on the evidence that you produce. So I see this change is going to bring a lot of refusals and a lot of court cases. A lot of refusals and a lot of court cases. So let's be fully conscious. If you give your application to your lawyer and he makes the application for you and it is refused because of the changes that will come into effect, it is not the lawyer's fault. It is the changes that they brought that is causing the Home Office to refuse the application. But that also means you have the right to appeal against the decision. Don't just take it lying down. Oh, they refused me. And that is it. Challenge them. And I believe if we keep challenging, the case laws will work in our favor rather than the rules that they are bringing into effect. So please take note of that. Absconding, I've talked about absconding. You failed to report, you ran away. They said, come and report to the police station. You were afraid, so you ran away. The Home Office wants to use that to refuse people's application. One big one is this. If you are not supposed to take benefit, please don't take benefit. If they put condition on your visa, no recourse to public funds, don't take the benefit. Because if you take the benefit, that can be a basis for them refusing your application. If you want to take benefit, do something we call change in condition. Write to the Home Office, complete a form, send it to them, and explain to them that you are unwell or your situation is so bad and X, Y, Z, and they will consider it and then take that condition away from your leave. Then, if they take it away, then you can now have the chance to take benefit. But if they put it on no recourse to public funds, please do not take benefit. or access services that you are not entitled to. You are not supposed to be in social housing, council flats. You are there. You manage to get your name onto the council flat. You are not entitled to it. If they do find out, it can affect your application. Please, 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 let's all be conscious of what is going on. The rules are changing from the 11th of next month. Today is the 30th. So in, let's say, in exactly 11 to 12 days time, these rules will take effect. So please take note of that. And it also says your application may be refused if you are involved in immigration-related crime. I know last time, they went to Birmingham to arrest some people who were arranging marriages for people, were fixing people here and there, and they were doing all sorts of things. The Home Office raided their office and realized that they were involved in immigration-related crimes. The Home Office is saying, people like that, if you are found to be involved, your leave will be cancelled, your visa may be refused. So let's say permission can be cancelled again, and you will find it so difficult to reinstate your leave to be in the UK. Now, there is one or two other things I want to mention, and then I can take some questions, and then we can finish it quick today. NHS debt. If you are in the UK and you give birth, they will not look at the man's immigration status. They are looking at you, the woman, your immigration status. Yes, it is true that you had a relationship with a man and you got pregnant and you gave birth, but they are not looking at the man's immigration status. They are looking at your immigration status. If you are here without a valid leave or valid visa, you will be invoiced to pay the NHS fee. If they give you a fee of more than £500, if you are invoiced more than £500 and you fail to pay it, your application may be refused because you are seen as a foreigner or foreign visitor to use the NHS because you don't have valid leave to be in the UK, and therefore your leave may be refused. This is the solution. If you go give birth and you are invoiced, maybe £9,000, £15,000, £20,000, whatever it is, if you don't have the money, please liaise with the Home Office. Not the Home Office, liaise with the NHS. Talk with them. Call them. Email them. I have received the invoice. Unfortunately, I'm unable to pay the £20,000 because I am not working, etc., etc., etc. But I am able to pay £50 a month. I can pay £100 a month. They would accept it, set it up, start making the payment. Once you start making the payment, if you make any application to the Home Office, your application will not be refused because of the NHS, because there is evidence that you have started making the payment. But if you ignore them, just walk away, you throw the paper away somewhere and don't mind them, your application will be refused because you owe NHS debt. So please take note of that. The other one is unpaid litigation costs. You've taken somebody to court and you lost the case. You lost the case. Or the person took you to court and you lost the case. And the person has asked the court for cost. And the court has imposed some litigation cost on you. The cost is, yes, because of the cost the person, the other party incurred, etc., etc., you have to pay part of that cost and therefore pay $1,500. If you don't pay that money and you make an application to the Home Office, your application will be refused. That is what we call litigation costs, unpaid litigation costs. Now, the Home Office, the reason why when you take an application to the Home Office, it takes time for them to make a decision is this. They have to make all these checks. They check with the NHS, they check with the courts, they check with the police, to check on the criminal record to make sure that you are a person who is clean before they make a decision. And that is why sometimes applications can take months and months and months before they make a decision. Several months before they make a decision. It is because they are conducting their checks before they make a decision. Now, you may want it early. You can write to the Home Office to tell them your application has taken too long. But remember, the Home Office cannot force BT to provide an information. The Home Office cannot force the police to provide an information. The Home Office cannot force, what do you call them? Any service provider, gas providers, Thames Water to provide an information within a certain time. Remember, they have their own job they are doing. If the Home Office is asking for information, they cannot stop their work and go and provide that information to the Home Office. So if it will take them 3 weeks, 3 months to provide the Home Office with that information, the Home Office will have to wait until they receive that information before they make a decision. So sometimes when we write to the Home Office complaining about application taking long, they tell you, unfortunately, we have to conduct our checks with third-party institutions and we can't force them. They get back to us when they do. That is the basis on which we make our application decision. So please, documents, gas bill, water bill, electricity bill, please use only what is genuine. Only use what is genuine, not something that has been doctored, something that somebody has infused something into it. If they find out, even if you have the leave, it can be cancelled. So please, let's take notes of that. Medical grounds. If you are deemed to be of health hazard to this country, you can get to the Heathrow. They can return you if the medical officer examines you and says you are carrying tuberculosis. We don't want you to come and spread it here. They can refuse your entry. So generally, these are some of the basis on which the Home Office can refuse applications. They have widened the net to bring in so many people, so it will enable them to refuse applications, especially when it comes to the use of false document, misrepresentation, deception. Those are very, very, very serious areas that we should all be careful of. Past applications, using deception in your previous application. The Home Office is very, very up on this area, in that sector. They are really going back, digging things. So, Mr. Musa, if you are in the UK, you have indefinite, you are eligible for British citizenship, and you are dragging your feet, please apply for citizenship, because that is a different terrain as compared to having your 2.5 years, 2.5 years, 2.5 years. It's taking effect from the 11th of November. It's called part suitability. Anybody can go online, enter part suitability. Take your time and read the documents. It is serious. However, if you have a family life, strongly bonded family life, strong family life here, that can be a defense. Even if something happens, I'm just giving an example. Let's assume somebody's leave is cancelled because she used a document which, to her best knowledge, was the right document, and later comes out that the document is not the genuine document, and they cancel that person's leave. That person has a child, has 3 children here. One is 15, one is 14, one is 13, and one is 10. They are all British citizens. Are you telling me you're going to ask her to leave this country and leave the children behind? Because of the family life, Article 8, human right, that can be a basis of argument. So whatever application you make sure you chip in Article 8 in your human right, so that you all, at least you have something to latch on. If it is refused or cancelled, you have the right to appeal. It is a serious thing happening. So somebody is asking about life in the UK. Is it life in the UK test or B1? Yes, you have to do the B1 test before you get your indefinite leave to remain. If you're an EU national, you don't have to do the B1 or the English. But if you're going to become a British citizen, you need to do the life in the UK test. You need to have the English language test at level B1 before you can get your stay, your British citizenship in the UK. But if you're not an EU family member or an EU national, then you have to do it after the 10 years or so, after 5 years, before you get your indefinite, and then use the same thing to apply for your British citizenship. So, Nana, I'll leave it at that. I'm sorry. And then we would take some questions, or if anybody has any questions, we're more than happy to take them.
All right. Leah. Oshe, all these changes are Metianomo, I've been listening to you very attentively and very carefully. But before I go on, Mami, any disclaimer way or has said, for all this information that lawyer is giving to us is for information purpose, not a legal advice. So if you really want lawyer to give you proper legal advice, you need to consult him. This show is for information purpose. We are only educating the public. Lawyer is not giving any legal advice here, Mr. Moa, until you cannot base on the information that is given to you to make an application or to do anything and say lawyer said. Mpacho, who hear any legal advice, contact him and he'll be more than happy to assist you. But let's go on to the show. Lawyer, I never Nijidi said Nkofo enye very, very, very careful pa so yeah. Unpaid litigation cost and our fees. Main funny say cancer tax, yeah, they are bro. Cancer tax, they unim so diagrade over court say you be fine ba. Let any bakra on tiano be so where two if you be out in another place. Unpaid litigation cost ewa honomo. Odi BT follow sa wuntia we twa line mu we tu akotena baby foforo. Ye de wa court enokra no nso so wusu wuntia unpaid litigation cost bi honomo. Abusa for me yenye very careful. Omi yenye very careful. Yenya ye ko boka bi na fe ye chesia letters ne ba yentia no ye ni etu afi address e woni e ko baby foforo. Still unbit me at trace you to this unpaid litigation cost. Yo, lawyer, my main me for one advert income. Right after that, I'll be taking all the questions. And then yabayan in term nafi ye jai lawyer amanet mi akoto and jumaso. So producer, my one advert income, I don't know you know, me for all the questions.
So physical money Put me to wrap to say. For me, send in a minute in Sabacandia and then one Taptap Send.
Yeah, Ebushanfo, we didn't in an Akuma Pachlewa 1. They recommended Taptap Send a mama. And that's our father, also for baby. Diabasa, our rating so yeah. Our year A1. So, piano do Taptap Send. That also is a Tap.
Yɛbɔ de wo kyerɛ amansan yɛbɔ de wo kyerɛ Ghana for say yɛwɔ akwantu ne di sika kɔfie nie me yɛn fɛmfa baabi a yɛbɛnu yɛn ho tap edemu fuwa tap send in this street
na tap de no ana ɛkɔ
tap de enu ana yɛ na eyi
piao.
After successfully redefining Accra's skyline with the delivery of the signature apartments, Cape May
Nana, unmute yourself, please.
Midamase. Producer Ambacho, feedback ne mame. Thank you very much. Yo, abusia for Midamase se munya bre ema ye dane ye ho ede ebaye. yate ne lawyer eka kire enyina ene enwumre and it is abre akonya wo hono or any question bia and you on a zoomer Uma on so a mefa na o de question aba enuanom so a mo hwe Facebook ni YouTube nso nyame enhia mo pa I can see say engofo ewo YouTube channel no so ene enwumre dodo na won so timi e de o YouTube ono mo na o de question eto eye comment section ho a making kind eno nso e de amount ene enwumre na o call yi so anase o YouTube na won join in WhatsApp platform no so abomode ya mede link no ato Zoom chat room honomo OT media WhatsApp platform. Just click on it, join us anytime show be to say and I say any information we share on the platform so that you can also benefit from that platform for any information be in Sabeka and it means our own joining OT WhatsApp platform join click on the link in the chat room, Zoom chat room, no, not join my YouTube on Sumetra na me de ato no e de amamu. Lawyer, yemfa questions are ene enyumre aba.
Okay, yankwa.
Make a litigation fee asem unpaid litigation fee ho asem and madam for be test me say mo so amo be company e UK edumo filing mo file mo account edu say mo update mo statement company house mo update ye be chase mo amuntua na ye de mo kokot ni nyina amuntua no mo so mo hwe ni ye Yo, lawyer, my main question back on YouTube and family. Richard Sego Ebusa said, can someone who is due for indefinite leave to remain with pre-settlement travel to Ghana if she or he submits their application?
Yes, with the EU settlement scheme, their rules are different. Now, if you're due for indefinite leave to remain and you still have a valid scheme or valid leave, and under the scheme, you still have your passport, yes, you are able to travel. Let me give you an example. Recently, a client came to me. She lost a mom, sadly, and wanted to travel. Now, we were going for indefinite leave for her, but the Home Office had already extended her 5 years by another 5 years. Okay? Even though she was due for indefinite, they gave her another 5 years. And then I put in the application for indefinite for her. So she was very concerned. She didn't want to travel. I said she could. She wasn't too sure. So I called the Home Office, spoke to this caseworker, and the caseworker asked her a few questions just to confirm what I said. Are you able to generate your share code? She said yes. When is your 5 years expiration? She mentioned it. Then the caseworker told her, yes, just as your lawyer is telling you, you are able to travel out and come back because you still have a valid leave. Okay? You can travel out and come in. But if you make an application under the UK immigration rules, listen to that, under the UK immigration rules, that is totally different. Even if you have valid leave, and you make an application to the Home Office, once you travel out, you have automatically withdrawn that application. So let's distinguish between the UK rules and then the EU settlement scheme. EU settlement scheme, yes. UK immigration rules, no. In this question, he's an EU person. He has pre-settled status. Valid up to when? You can travel out, come back, but just make sure you have a valid pre-settled status that goes beyond when you go out and come back in. Yes.
Yo, lawyer, I'm running to know you better more questions no quick. Means okay, yo, wait if you could see Mensa Hono, because see Mensa so live on Facebook. Because see Miss Remo, especially those who are watching us on YouTube, Miss Remo, click on OT Media TV subscription button no na subscribe to our channel so the bring na your back live you can get notification and join us. Yeah, were about 68 people watching us live on YouTube. Now kwasi me answer question on day Benny or say lawyer, till what age can you apply for your British citizenship without writing the exams? Because the exams say why not doing exams and they want you know.
It's under 18 and above 65.
Okay. Very simple. Very simple. Yenko na yenko fa Jackie and so ewa. Jackie, please go ahead and ask your question.
Number seven, maybe say me
Jackie, online no breaky into yente wonka papa.
Oh.
Hello, Jackie.
She's muted.
Okay. Jackie Mpacho, continue. Repeat your question.
Yes.
Minya the skilled work can I buy, but only revoke madam license this week. Na ni visa ni be next year September. Na mpese mi bisa say so when ya switcher then obey like obey my baby for ana.
Sir, when ya switcher, na sir. Home office trono. Our man is 60 days. So 60 days ninya pahumpe wabe overstay in the UK. So 60 days ninya pahumpe wabe dani obiaye overstay illegal person in the UK. Now so emranunsu wo say so ushe appendix FM leave to remain as a partner or as a parent. Say owoba ne bani British Emrani said about me application based on the panel. Anampo said, worry, not so bano, citizenship. And I settled. And also about me switch it, I caught Niso. And now sir Obano Woba, na only mammy worry genuine relationship, genuine. And also about me switch Edia Coso. But my advice is, Ebeya, you should seriously look for another switch before even the Home Office writes to him. It's difficult, I know, but he should try and get one. Why?
Okay, all right then. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, Nancy.
Lawyer, when so or Facebook, or Busase lawyer. Can I use NERIC certificate to apply for my indefinite leave to remain?
It depends which one it is. NERIC. Yes, NERIC, yes, means he has a degree. If he has NERIC and NERIC has given a letter to show that the degree is equivalent to a degree in the UK, then yes. The name has changed to ACTIS, but it used to be NERIC. Yes, you need to show your degree certificate, your transcript, a letter of proficiency in English, send it to them, and then they will look at it. Once it is confirmed that the degree is equivalent to a degree in the UK, then yes, he can use that to apply.
Okay, quick one. Lawyer Winsu Ebusa, right from Facebook as well, Attack Joseph, or say, or your application for asylum, but the application was refused. But ohia ne passport not back. What should I do to get it back, or should I do another one, please? Because of my, I had a mean huni papa, but that's
they will not return his passport. The Home Office will not return his passport. I know there is unlawful retention of passport. There's a rule that talks about that, but because he's not here legally, they will retain his passport. So if they grab him and they want to take him home, it makes it easy for them to go home with him. So until you get a visa or another leave, if later you apply and you get a leave legally to be in the UK, then they'll return that passport to you. But whilst you are here unlawfully, they will not release your passport to you.
It is a lawyer by day.
Or here passport na day.
Hey, we are better go Ghana.
So Ghana, but me your travel certificate and now or turn a ticket we are. he should inform the Home Office that, look, I have had enough of this country. I want to go back to my country. This is my ticket. I'll be going so and so. They will make arrangements with him and meet him at the airport with the passport. They will not give it to him at this part of the counter. No, when you go to the check-in and you're about to enter into the plane, then they give it to you, or they keep it until you reach Kotoka, then they give you your passport. But whilst he's on this side of the border, they will not give his passport to him without a valid. Yes.
Cool. Ato Joseph, ayafa lawyer ne contact details na actually ene no endwetwe enkomo. Yenko Zoom no so na yemfa nkapon. Bacho, go ahead and ask your
Meda CPOT, lawyer so meda CP. I think say lawyer many lawyer here Sunday no and yeah. Miss Rapi. And say Miss Ami no. I am Miss
Nkapon. Ona adi ni din ko ye wo hu.
And then any pan be lawyer is known to everyone in this country.
Thank you.
Me pacho me question back on di kan any say my offer say back on a student application.
Right.
Or yeah, you know, say okofa bank statement bi na entiasi nim to refuse no na bound no 10 years.
Yes.
Person me bisa say with say na student visa application no or you entitled to bit me apply from any different route abakrom ha na the to me question trust me you know and say makers and back on so yeah ni na now we have before Brexit now person or they neba free Ghana ba neba no 17 or 18 by February. And person busa say obetumi aye na obeye nso akwan be na obefa so obeye na aboa no.
Thank you. Yes. Unuya no ni ayabane no 10 years no or yet any other application, very likely they'll refuse him again. There used to be, or there is a provision under the spouse route, you know, so there's some exceptions there. But and also the Home Office can again use you have tried to significantly contract the intention of the immigration rules. So it's going to be 50-50. And he has to decide whether to proceed with that or not. So I know they are guaranteed, but it's not guaranteed, because of the 10-year ban. The second part of the question is, you name Nibana the 17, yes, 100% obetimi abofranaba. Oh yeah, under 21 years, all he needs to prove is relationship. Obetimi the birth certificate, DNA, address, or any back, or application, or back a krumha. Or no DNA, very straightforward. All
right. Lawyer, we say or you dependent ewo ne so ne visa aka 3 months na expire or no na main applicant and ono no dependent no. I have about 6 months before ono ne die no ebe expire. Please, with the 3 months gap, what should I do?
So who's is expiring first, the woman's or the man?
The woman who is the main applicant. Nidia aka 3 months na expire. Dependent Nidia aka 6 months na expire.
Well, I would advise Obananyani extension. No? Then, as long as they remain a couple, the man can also wait a month or so before Nidia will not yet because they are still in a family relationship. So the woman first, followed by the man. Opensua together, but it only means the man is going to be short of 3 months on his leave. That's all.
Okay. Ma yenko na yemfa Richard and so I was Zoom. So Rich, but you'll go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, good evening, lawyer.
Good evening, Richard.
Pacho Mohoye.
Adumu swe.
Radi Adumu. Lawyer me pacho me pese mi bisa se me the student visa na ba ekromo ha ba bibi intimate me anko school no. Na menya oba me pese me na wa ekromo ha. Me timi na wa me ekromo ha ana saji se me kofi.
And to visa no omo twemo ana mo twemo.
Me pacho ma cancel because I is 1 year na twem da which me di 3 years wa ha.
Okay. So oba no owoba.
Me pacho ni ba ekromo ha.
Okay. I need to know so that I can tailor my advice for you. So, Obano enipa ewokrumha. That is something we call EX1. There is no EX1 in your case. and there is no EX2. Obanse only any Arabia serious medical condition be on.
No.
So that is also no EX2. So no EX1, no EX2. In that case, just a wukufie for your application no answer was sign. Because
the probability is me kwa de be mamana asiam for mamen because why mo mama na man ko nti me kwa ade na kire say e bia mo de be mamana because mi sure no so.
So I agree with you. There is no guarantee that we will wake up tomorrow morning. All we have is faith.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, possible somebody among, but is it guaranteed? Is it 100%? I always leave that decision to the client to make themselves, just in case. Because I have seen three different people, things didn't work out and they never got back. One was Ogudu Yepe, my minister said she's no longer interested in a relationship. He never came back. Another one too, the woman said she cannot do extra hours to meet the financial requirement, or also Akaho. And another one, some other reasons, or also Akaho. So, so many reasons can account for so many things. So that decision to go back home, I always leave it to the clients themselves to make that decision. I can't guarantee anything. Yes.
Lawyer. But that's if
all right. Ma yemfa ofofro enso ewa ha said munim na nche bia na yede section eba ewiye eno nti hye so ema wintimi mfa questions dodo na aba ni nyina mo fa nche me se ebeba ne sa yenko na yemfa wenso ewo zoom no so iPhone Pacho me to go ahead and ask your question.
Yo, me chiamo lawyer me da si bebre. Me Pacho, my question is say me the skilled work
iPhone Pacho yente wonka.
Na me was single room apartment.
iPhone o line breaky ka can repeat your question again.
Me the single skilled worker visa ne buy ya me ye juma.
Okay.
Na me pese me apply ma me kunu ne me ma. Currently no me te single room apartment mu. Mate me I apply na say almost I can we am rent a bigger place because rent no ne boy din say me ko rent 3-bedroom for omo beka me ho na. And I say me nko aso na metna to say omo beba nti mpacho advice ade be ma me ne say
Okuno no design, sorry.
13, 11 and 7.
Yes, so we share the provisions under the Housing Act Part 10 of the Housing Act 1985, I think, yes. I say one room is for 2 people, 2 rooms, 3 people. Now, children who are under 10 years are not counted. They are left out of count. We don't count them. But in your case, one is 13, one is 11, so we need to count them. So, Ebeye 1, Ukuno 2, child 13, 3, child 11, 4. That is overcrowding. That is too many people for just 1 bedroom. 1 bedroom is only for 2 people. One room is for 2 people. If it is 1 bedroom, then the bedroom and the living room makes it 2 rooms, and even that makes it for 3 people. So still, no, it will be less than the required number of rooms for the people. So give and take, you may have to up the scale to maybe 2 bedroom to see, yeah.
Me pacho yo, me pacho. Na lawyer na make say me nti wo say me nya dinance ma start application na say.
Pepe and a lawyer ka.
Me pacho.
So your requirement, yes, then of course then you have to provide it before the application.
Me pacho yo. Me da si bebre.
Yeah, that's it.
So lawyer, we the yembo no
yes, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, Eric, yemfa Eric into us. Eric, quick one, yetio.
Lawyer Mpacho, me mamu good evening. Mr. Wagner, me nurse waha, me a British citizen. Na kampesa me de me yiroi ene me matu every Ghana. But me bapeni no edi 15 this month yeah, oko di 16 next year. Eti mpesa kama yiroi ne di kan be kame ho.
Yes.
Nanka next year nka meba na ibe school na nanka makofa naba. Na me busa say a good advice me mama ire na di kan ba because me wo bed set enye full room a bit me cater for enipa me ensa na omo be ka me ho no. Think me more ba na ba this December nanka nkra na ba no ma beto school so ha September.
That's perfect. That's perfect. As long as you meet all the other requirements, especially this accommodation and stuff, and see, as long as I'm offering the 18, no, over to me application, man, I'm an abanti mama may no, I'm not first. But whatever happens, make sure the child comes before he turns 18. Otherwise, it's going to be very, very difficult. Yes. So yes, mother first, 16-year-old child second, and then maybe the rest can follow. Yes.
Me pacho me da sepa. Uncle Prince, me da sepa.
Yamisha. All right. Correct. Yeah, that's it. Yanko KOD honum. KOD and pacho yambonito.
Okay.
I've got 10 minutes to go.
Okay. Pacho, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
All right, Pacho, na oka new rule I was kind of waiting to find out if there was any transitional provision. That's in say apply before 11th no, but when your decision here. Now for 11th now by between. The new rule be apply to or application and I say will be based on the previous one. Sorry, based on the previous.
It would apply to applications that are in the Home Office, even those that have been granted. They have given themselves the power to even cancel those that have been granted if they find that the false documents, false information, and stuff have been used. So yes, there is no transitional arrangement in this case. It's taking effect on 11/11/25, and it will affect applications that are currently outstanding at the Home Office, and even those that have been granted can still be cancelled.
All right, sure. And I'm Pacho, wait there one more thing.
Debbie, KOD. For lawyer. Why, Mr. Line?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, sir.
Yo, I was your former Mr. say, ABA, my mom would say 2 questions, sir. Next or Tia says, and let me brain is shot, mean to me, and my in 2 questions. Lawyer, we asked my work and they say, was it on my obisika? Say, COS, Emmanuel, Ninia Bar. But he was not able to do that. The man's company license has been revoked. Please, can I take him to court to get the money because I transferred the money through my account? I saw the counterfeit to we. Why?
No. You have engaged in an illegality. You are not supposed to pay for COS. So work with you for COS, which is something you shouldn't do. So I don't see how you can prove that unless evidence such as I know a different matter altogether. But some communication which they say a COS now which shouldn't be the case, then I don't really see how you could just take him to court. Well, you may, but if you lose, litigation costs will come into effect.
But yes, still with me for a lawyer actually. Nasa
no, we say counterfeit. They go to weed.
Aye. What they counterfeit? They go to weed. Now I report it. I'm a police. Say, please, okay, Mbamjo, let's get serious now. Please, my partner switched to a new sponsor, but our old visa was 5 years. If I don't switch to her new visa, which is 3 years after, after the 5 years, can I apply for my indefinite leave to remain?
Well, people argue that way, but I always insist, sir, once your partner has switched, you switch along with them. Why? what if in 5 years' time they want evidence to show that the previous sponsor, if they need a letter from the previous sponsor, payslips from the previous sponsor, bank statement to show, and you cannot provide that, then it shows that you have detached from the previous sponsor. My advice will always be, if your sponsor switches, please switch with them so that you can prove that you're on the same sponsorship. Not one on this and one on the other. Let's all be together and you can give yourself a lot of peace of mind. Yes?
Okay. Lawyer, Mpacho, say next week, yenya kwan assign at the bar. I would like you to make time and talk to us about COS, the conditions and how people should be able to meet these conditions for them to be able to hold on to their visa, very valid for them to be able to depend on to make a further application at the Home Office. Nyame Yadma next week, we will talk much more about that.
Thank you, Nana. I'm so grateful. I think, are you able to keep note of these questions so that next week I'll respond to those questions before we start?
I think, yes, I will have this in the chat. So
please do.
Go back
so, yeah, take one more and then I could close. I need to.
I totally understand. I totally understand. And my main question, I didn't when I mean fan. May I be made my famous Cecilia. Cecilia Mpacho, go ahead and answer.
Gender bias.
I know. Cecilia, go ahead and ask your question.
Me pacho me dasi. Me pacho temenka.
I koso sister.
Me pacho me dasi wa kwenya wo dia mami. Me pacho me de ne ye adwuma me pese me hu se. Right to say company tria flat rate. Weekends ne bank holiday. The same as weekdays.
Oh, good question. A lot of companies have weekday pay, and then if you do weekends, they have some extra. Is it 1.5 or 1 something? That is what I know. But of course, you can go back to your contract of employment. Go back to the contract and look in there to see what the conditions are. If not, or if it is not very clear, you can always call me back. I have another Ghanaian solicitor who deals with, I don't deal with employment law, who has a lot of experience in dealing with employment-related matters. I can pass his number to you. You liaise with them and see how best he can assist you in that section. Yes.
Starting on 90, actually now, Mama is signing contract. Knowing say come forward there my and so even in contract nimuno enimu say on betria flat rate.
Right.
Amamenya concern is say I feel like say enye yen ya ye adwuma ni nyina na
affect more. Okay. Ebinumu are being favored whilst Ebinumu are not getting it, right? Discrimination be able more.
Very well.
Yeah, so yes, wait me up for Echna. Office number no 0208
Virtual Metro
0208
okay
0165
165
384
384.
Yeah, that's 0208 0165 384. Ufre office line from 9:30, 9:30. They will pass it on to me, and I will give you Mr. Opong's number. You contact him, and he would assist you. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Closing remarks.
Thank you. I'm so sorry, but I have to.
And your contact details as well.
Thank you. Changes are coming, and the changes are not being favorable. They are not going to make it easier for us or for anybody in this country. So we all have to be in line, do the right things so you get yourself out of trouble. Nana, again, I'm grateful to you for this evening. Wise Smart Solicitors, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 The Print House, Dalston, London, E8 3DL. Wiseman Solicitors, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, 8 to 9 The Print House, Dalston, London, E8 3DL. Telephone numbers 0208 0165 384. 0208 0165 384. Mobile number is 079 31 411 042. 079 31 411 042. Thank you all for being on board. God willing, next week we'll meet again. And every question that we haven't answered, Nana, let's endeavor to answer those questions before we proceed next week. I'm grateful. Thank you. Have a good night.
Yo, Abuzafo, ahanamo ena yede lawyer wisdom Akaho ABC ene edei. Normally no nanka yede no ebro Fridays na yede no I ask the lawyer Jumedi no na and last week any this week lawyer sorry Jumedi binti no ontimi menti yede no ebro ene intimisrewa nyame aduma ochina yentimi emfanem bro ewo ask the lawyer Jumedi no so nemum next week you sign edit lawyer aba show you so next week you sign edit lawyer aba show you so ntino mo a yentimi answer mo questions nya mo fan cheme ana say mentimi am pick mu nyina especially Evelyn betimi aka say ade na man fan nam kofa Cecilia Evelyn fa cheme we ase de enye fair sa na tie fa cheme pa why ya me yad man next week me the lawyer ebe bro na emum shenen so bra me be mami musui ora a class edit Taptap Send focus section no ebe bro. Say YouTube next one click on the OT Media subscribe button no na nyame adoma anytime bia ye beba shows no yeah when your notification wa join here Zoom no so Mr. me the OT WhatsApp platform no and so e dia to chat room hono bomodin anytime I beba shows bia no me send you notification no timi so akai na once I send ya mobi na watimi a join here e will show you so meeting any na Kwame Oseitu say AB I want me in Kabima ora class betnemu at the Taptap Send focus at the brain name nyame aduma next week Wednesday ye de OT Health Talk ebro our platform we are so ye the doctors ebro Emma advice on our well-being and intimacy on Wednesdays 8 p.m. GMT join us na nyame aduma Thursday and so no ye the time with Taptap Send at the bro na Friday ask the lawyer Jumedi and so yede abro say want me can be mo nyame nka ho no ntena nim chew na otwa we ensi we ye be sign eno ahia next week ye dane ho ye ba ora class betnam Taptap Send focus session no ye din komo tap ho or any question contribution with regarding tap ubetimi ede aba enche ye dane ho ye be sign ba bi
Me did young antechua, and maybe I'm discovered for Europe. I come a for Ghana. No, me used to Taptap Send. Taptap Send. No fee mobile money transfer. Easy, convenient, fast, and sounds so free. Won't you share? Me discover ye map him. Taptap Send. Intienne. Also download the Taptap Send app. No, ever mobile phone so free. Na first come we for Ghana for na Taptap Send. Papa no.